Hello everyone. It's been a while, hasn't it? Let's switch over to if it's gonna work. Yeah. Yeah, so welcome to Stanley Parable Deluxe. Is that the name? Yeah, so I'm just gonna put in the time here. Confirm. Yeah, so for hang on. Let's just jump on, I suppose. Before I get started, can I just say something? Sure. Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you booted a game. Yeah, so basically I tested the game before, so that's why it's again this message. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12:00 and call it a day. Well, but you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. No problem, game. That's how I know that you care about this experience. You're paying attention. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. Well, they are. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want, even if it's not the correct time. You've earned it. Aw, thank you, game. Alright, I'll let you go back to the game now. To the video game now. Welp. Loading. Alright. Okay. So yeah, past this starting screen I haven't seen anything, so this is just as new as me as it is for you. But let's begin. The end is never the end. It's never the end. It's never the end.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Stanley.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job
So same
was
intro as the first game.
He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the keyboard. Orders came to him through
audio. Maybe to like 68.
a monitor on his desk, telling him
that's a bit
what
better, I
buttons
think.
to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley
I'm just gonna check something real quick. Yeah, okay.
relished every moment that the orders came in.
Just want to check if my mic was actually working.
His job. And Stanley was
happy.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley.
Oh yeah?
Something he would never quite forget.
Okay.
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions,
Interesting.
call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Or did he? Did he move out of his office? Or did he just sit here and wait? I'm a ghost apparently. Stanley's a ghost. What time is it? Is it? Nope, it's not even the same time that I set it to, so it really doesn't matter. How long should I stand here before? Okay, I'm just gonna go.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Everything seems
No
the
matter
same
how hard
yet.
Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Turning off the computer. Just like in the first game. The second. Yeah, so basically for the people that don't know, Stanley Parable is basically a narration game where the narrator, you know, it tells you what you should do, and you can either choose to ignore the narrator or follow the narrator, basically. So
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So yeah, should I go to the left or should I go to the right? Left, right, left, right. Should I follow the order or should I ignore it? Yeah, I'm gonna follow it. Locked.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay, yeah, so this all basically looks like the first game. Broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Broom closet ending.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
There must be a reason.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's
Hello,
literally just standing there doing sweet FA. Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yeah.
Standing around doing nothing?
Yeah.
Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I want the broom closet ending. Simple as that. I've seen other
You
people
do
play this game.
realize there's no
Or, well,
choice
the
or
first
anything
one.
in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out.
Yeah, well,
But
now
it
you
didn't
said
even
it.
occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
I don't
I never
believe
would
you.
have thought to mention it.
I believe in you.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path.
Yes.
Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say,
I don't have any.
Did you get the broom closet ending? The broom
Yeah.
closet ending was my favourite.
Exactly.
I hope your friends find this concerning.
I don't have any.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really
Aw.
stupid. He
Don't say that
probably
about
only got
Stanley.
the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Oh yeah?
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
Maybe
You
inside.
got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard.
Yeah.
Well, in a situation
definitely.
like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Okay, but I want to see the broom closet ending. This is my new character, by the way. Not the dead person who sat here before. This is me. Yellow broom. Yellow bro. That is me. Yellow bro. Yeah. I want the broom closet ending. Me, yellow bro, want the ending, yes? Could you arrange that for me? For me, yellow bro? Maybe, perhaps. Hello, cat. Do you want to play Stanley Parable Deluxe too? Maybe? Cat. Yellow. No? Nothing? Oh, okay.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do
no
any
problem.
worse than the person who came before you.
You sure?
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky.
Cat, you wanna play?
Waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Yeah, Cat's gonna have a shot.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yeah, I'll follow his order again. Cat, you're literally in front. Okay, now. Bye. Executive bathroom. Oh. I don't think this is new, right? I've got the feeling money's for stealing. But not yours, of course. So that's a lovely purse. Huh? I've got the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. Say that's a lonely purse. Lovely. Lovely, I think you're right. Is that like song lyrics or something? Nope, nothing here. Interesting. Are these doors also? Nope, not unlocked.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to
piano.
discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. So the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
Oh my god.
2845.
Really?
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Or did he?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs.
No, he didn't.
Trying to input anything on the device, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh yeah? Lamp. Is this new or? Oh yeah, this is the like ending with the screens. I think right. Loading. A new area. A new area.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
Oh, yeah?
It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay, so currently this game seems to be.
Stanley
the
walked
same
straight ahead
as
through the large door
last.
that read Mind Control Facility.
This is also the same, I think. Ah, yeah, sure. I'm going to listen to the narrator. Lights.
The lights
Camera,
rose on an
action.
enormous room packed with television screens. What
Television.
horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
But I'm hoping that like after the first ending, like this ending, we're gonna get to the like new part of the game. I hope anyways.
Wow,
This is not
they
just
jumped to life.
the
Their
same
true
game
nature
again.
revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images
Okay.
on a screen, and Stanley, one of
Not
them,
really seeing anything new
eternally
here, yeah.
monitored in this place where freedom
Fire.
meant nothing.
The blue screen, or is that just like a cracked screen? Fire again. Oh yeah, the blue screen isn't that maybe like the outside ending? I'm not sure.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Well.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept
I
it.
could not
His
accept.
own life in someone else's control?
Never.
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the
this area.
operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once
Or
and
I.
for all.
1, 2. Should I click on these? 1, 2. That door is looking mighty suspicious. And I can't get up there. Yeah, that's where I came from. Is it a free? Yes, it is. I'm not actually sure I'm remembering this part quite as much. Let's just go in here. Oh yeah, I here can choose if I want to dismantle it or like.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Yes. Loud. Quiet.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Was it?
He had won. He
Yes.
had defeated the machine.
Oh, yeah?
Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For
This
it was not
PNG
knowledge or
image
even
of the
power
sky.
that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Or did he? And ooh. Has there always been a building there? Or am I?
Stanley
Okay,
felt
yeah.
the cool breeze upon
This is
his
the same.
skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
No. Okay, so I got an ending there at the very least, so hopefully we're gonna start getting some new stuff. That's my dog. Sorry, I'm just gonna go check on it. Alright, I'm back. Okay, so can I type something on this? No. So I can type literally everywhere else, but not on the computer.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Come on, give me
Stanley
something new.
decided to go to the meeting room.
Something.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Turning off the computer, save. Awaiting input. Hello? Okay.
When
Give me something
Stanley
new.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick on the left path and just... Give me something new! Come on, Stanley Parable. Oh. Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here.
Yeah,
either.
yada,
Feeling
yada,
a
yada.
wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
He went down to the basement, actually. Huh? Hi. What's it saying? Hi. Laura? Logan? I can really not read that. Cute drawing, though. Fire hose.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy,
Let me
why
drive the
had
car.
he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Oh my god.
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty
I am a
familiar.
ghost.
Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
Yay.
He yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt.
Come on,
to have
Dan, give me
finally
something
found an
new,
answer,
something
an
to chew
explanation.
on.
His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Whoa.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly
Stanley
strange.
Parable Energy.
I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job.
His wife.
All I want is my life.
That's
exactly
another
the
ending.
way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
No. Stanley.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
So it seems.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
Yeah, that's
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control
She is, I
of my
suppose.
mind. I know
Quite
what
lucky.
is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a
Just
certain way,
like
seeing this man
me.
made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
This actually seems like quite a long moment to me, but sure. The end is never the end. Yeah, I know. Come on, give me something new, game. 4-7, all the same. Settings. Is there something new? Come on.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
How do I play your game, Stanley Parable Deluxe Edition? Yada blah blah. Ooh, new content. Or is this some new content for the next stream? Bye guys. Wait. Fuck. Bye guys.